Joining us is Wendi McLendon-Covey from What to Expect When You're Expecting, from Reno 911, from Bridesmaids, from Rules of Engagement, from selling me these great new stitched shirts from Old Navy. I mean,
stitched up.
I was just watching last night, and I'm like, seeing this commercial, I'm like, these shirts just look dandy, and I'm like, who is this lovely woman selling them to me? Oh, it's none other than Wendi, who I will be speaking to tomorrow. You are selling, what do you sell, like chicken cutlets, everything
yeah.
now?
Yeah, I was doing the Hillshire Farm thing for a little bit, and you know,
and now it's Old Navy.
And look, I'm thrilled that anybody wants me to do anything.
Oh,
so you know,
commercial gigs. I'm telling you. I mean, this is coming from a guy who makes minimum wage doing radio, so anything to me would be good. I'd love to dress up like a banana and dance on the side of the street. But I mean, commercial gigs have to be awesome because I'm sure they pay pretty decent, and it's like it doesn't take a month out of your life. It takes a day to walk around and point at some good-looking people with some stitched-up shirts on, and then you get a paycheck. So every time I see you on TV, I get excited because I think you are undercredited as I think you need to be on like Kristen Wiig level on the female comedy scale, and I think you're undercredited, and therefore I'm like, damn straight, at least she's making some money. At least girls making money.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
You're welcome. Let's talk a little bit about, for one, real quick here, how crazy is the success of Bridesmaids? I mean, is that just mind-blowing to you, or did you know when you made it, like, this is going to be a huge comedy?
Oh, we had no idea when we were making it. Absolutely no idea. And to think a year ago that movie came out, and, the wild ride it's been since then. Yeah, no, we had absolutely no idea. We just thought, oh, let's make a little movie. Everybody hopefully will make their money back.
Yeah, exactly. We're just crossing our fingers that it gets into theaters and that somebody doesn't try to sue somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then it did, and it was huge. And so now the rumor is Bridesmaids 2, obviously. A lot of people signing on or confirming it, but then... So word on the street is locked in, studio wants to do it, but Kristen Wiig doesn't want to do it. Can you elaborate any more, or is that all you know, or do you officially know nothing?
When we signed the contracts for the first one, we all signed for the second one. Like, that's just how it works.
Oh, okay, so it's like, you sign on it, you do one, and then they have the option to do two if they want to.
Of course, yeah. The way it is right now, I think Kristen just needs a little distance between, the first one and the next one. I mean, they wrote that thing for 5 years.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, from your point of view, what you know, it seems more like Kristen isn't saying, no, I'm not doing Bridesmaids 2. It's like, whoa, Bridesmaids 1 just came out. Let's breathe for a second and let me drive around in my 6 new cars I bought. And then...
And she literally does not have a day off, probably for the next decade. I mean, she's got so much stuff happening. I don't know when she and Annie Mumolo would write another one.
Yeah. And how bad does it suck for Annie Mumolo? Because you say that, and I'm like, who the heck is that? This lady wrote a film, or if it's a lady, this person you speak of wrote a film, and I've never even heard of them. That's got to suck a little bit.
Yeah, well, she's in the film.
Oh, is she? Who is she in the film?
Yeah, she plays the pregnant lady on the plane that Kristen sits next to.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know her.
And I don't know if you saw the Comedy Awards the other night.
I did.
Comedy Central, she and Kristen wrestled each other to the ground.
Okay. I guess I do know it now. It's coming. It is weird, though. Like, the guy, I mean, I just interviewed a few weeks ago the guy that wrote The Descendants, and he's the guy that plays the dean on Community.
Yeah,
it's like,
Jim Rash.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, what weird connections here. Like, it's just, there's a lot of weird stuff like that in Hollywood.
I know.
Do so many
you got to do both. You have to write and act. You cannot just, think, oh, I'm going to go and be an actor and do nothing else. You've got to multitask.
Exactly. Before we just keep talking about all this stuff that nobody cares about, let's at least talk about what you're supposed to be promoting. What to Expect When You're Expecting is in theaters today. This is the book that, like, every mother is like, oh my gosh, I'm totally knocked up. I'm gonna read this book. Like, this is just the go-to. You're knocked up. You read this book. But now somebody decided to get everybody who's ever been a star in Hollywood together for one film and make it into a movie.
Right, and it actually works. it's quite funny.
It seems surprising because it does seem a little bit like a book that just kind of says, like, here's what happens when you're pregnant, and like, so it seems almost textbooky. So to take a
it's
textbook,
a how-to book. That's why when I heard they were doing it, I was like, well, no one wants to see that. I don't get how that would even work. But what they did is they took the different examples of different ways babies come into the world and made a narrative about it. So sometimes, the pregnancy is completely easy. Sometimes the pregnancy is horrible. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, you lose a baby. Sometimes you can't have babies and you go and adopt. And, the thing is those babies just keep showing up, don't they?
Yes, they do. They show up all over the place,
and
unfortunately.
Better to be prepared than not prepared.
That is true.
And but seriously, the first time I saw the movie was at the premiere the other night. I'd seen, clips of it, different things out of sequence, but I sat and, watched the entire thing the other night, and it just had me in tears.
So you can vouch, you're not just doing the publicity tour, you can say you've seen the whole film in its entirety, and it is hilarious.
It is adorable, yeah.
Who's the funniest, aside from, obviously you're the funniest, but the rest of them, Chris Rock, there's a lot of people there, Thomas Lennon, your old buddy there, who's the funniest in the film?
There's a lot of funny people in it. I would say the storyline with Brooklyn Decker and Dennis Quaid playing a married couple.
Old Quaid was just here in town last week to play a concert here at one of our theaters. He rocked out with his rock band.
Really?
Yes.
Well, he is funny in this movie. He plays like a retired NASCAR driver with a trophy wife. And she's knocked up and having the most glorious, beautiful pregnancy. And his son, played by Ben Falcone, and wife, played by Elizabeth Banks, she's having the worst pregnancy. So it almost turns into yet another, competition between father and son. Like, oh boy, your wife's getting fat there.
Exactly. I love it.
Blah, blah.
What's your storyline? Are you knocked up in the film? Are you...
No, I'm not. I do have a baby in the film, but my storyline is with Jennifer Lopez.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, you might have heard of her. She's done a couple things.
Yeah.
And
I call her Jenny from the Block, but that's because I'm old school.
Oh, I forgot they were the same person.
Yeah.
And Rodrigo Santoro.
I do not know him, but I'm assuming...
He's the Brazilian Tom Cruise.
Okay.
That's what people are saying. He's very easy on the eyes.
Takes me back to my days in Brazil.
Time to go. They are adopting a baby from Ethiopia.
Excellent.
And I have to let them know that I have to fire Jennifer from her job, and I'm awfully sorry.
It's exciting. Wendy, I just got the word. We have got to cut you off, but long story short, it's you, it's a black baby, there's whole sorts of stuff. What expecting when you're expecting to see theaters today? Go check it out. Wendy, you're always fantastic. Best of luck. Keep making money. Keep doing your thing, girl. And we love you.
Much.
We love you in Montana. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.